Hey everybody, welcome back to Over Easy Farm. Do you guys struggle with your young chicks wasting over half their feed by just spilling and pecking it out? Well, these guys are giving us a prime example right now of that. I am going to show you guys another farm life hack and show you how to turn a feeder just like this into a feeder just like this. You can see that guard there. Let's go try it out. So whenever you fill up your feeders, tends to swell, all the way around, come out to the top, and the birds have full access to it, giving them plenty of opportunities to spill it everywhere, scratch it everywhere. These are different feeders than what I use now. These are the Little Giants, but it's the same principle. Most chick feeders, you can take the top off. You can actually see where I had some cardboard on there before, but I learned that thin plastic, I just use some binder dividers, plastic binder dividers. They work perfectly because you can take them out, take the tape off, and sanitize them pretty easily. So you just take the top of your feeder and use a permanent marker, trace it out on the inside and the outside. Go ahead and cut it out, and you're gonna have to trim it to fit. You're also, here's my end results here, you're also gonna have to cut it apart at one point so you can overlap slightly. That gives it that cone shape there to go ahead and fit right in to the top of the feeder here. So we'll go ahead and tape this together and then show you what it looks like. All right, so I just used some masking tape, or we actually ran out, so I'm just tearing off little tiny strips of packing tape there. But I get a little excessive with the tape. It does make it harder to get it off, to bleach it, when you're periodically sanitizing these things. But that's the principle there. And as you can see on the other side, they only get half, a little bit less in this case, access to the feed. So they can still get the feed. It prevents it from swelling out of the container, and it also prevents them from scratching it and pecking it all over the place and wasting over half their feed. All right, folks, we are back where we started, and here's the finished product we showed you earlier. We actually took the other one out because that's the one that we were just working on. But as you can see, the feed is not swelling out of the openings, and they only have about half access to it. You look around the feeder, and there's really, I don't see any feed spilled, but I can promise you right now, I go through a lot less feed ever since I did this. This thing's practically full. I filled it up this morning. It is afternoon now, and this would normally be almost all the way past half full, and it's still over 3/4 full. So go ahead and give it a try, guys. See if it works out for y'all too, but it's definitely helped me tremendously and will save me a lot of money. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is about 2.5 weeks after I shot those initial videos showing you how to do this. The only recommendation I would have for y'all is, instead of cutting it to be about half of the feeder hole like that one is right there, I'd kind of recommend doing more like a third, kind of like that is right there. And the only reason I say that is because I've noticed that if you cover too much of it, the younger chicks have trouble getting into the feed to continue to have it gravity fed down the container. So a third still prevents scratching, and I'll tell you, I've cleaned these brooders about every 2 to 3 days. I swap out the shavings. This one's about due. I'm gonna turn it one more time, but no feed, absolutely no feed wasted when I'm scraping all of these shavings out. It's unbelievable, because normally they just waste over half of the feed that we give them. It's not necessarily expensive, but it is wasteful, and this has been a great farm life hack. I hope it works for y'all. Give it a try, and if you don't mind, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to our channels. It helps us out way more than you know, and I hope this works out for y'all.